My name's Aaron, welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic and I'm doing really well. Today I'm viewing Christian Dior Tobacolor. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is £99 for 40ml, up to £350 for 250ml. The notes aren't really listed. It says this is a fruity tobacco with a pungent smoky notes and delectably juicy syrupy notes. Sounds delicious. Do we have our full-size bottles of Christian Dior Tobacolor? I'll engage with our high self. Let's get testing. So first off, packaging complies beautifully, and I would really expect nothing else from a professional house. So this does have colorants in, which isn't a problem at all. So the colorant is CI47005 and a violet one and a red one. So it's yellow, red and violet. Look at this color, which gives a tobacco color. This is a oriental gourmand fragrance. It reminds me of a syrupy Christmas pudding. Expansive, sweet, powerful, long-lasting. This is really up to date and has actually really surprised me, because some of the Dior ones in this range I have felt have been a little bit dated and smell stuck in their ways. I really didn't like them actually. Cinnamon notes are really prominent. We also have some fruit notes. I'd say some aldehydes absolutely in there to really give that really good dry fruit core. I'd say C14. This is really tonka bean vanilla-esque. It is absolutely based upon Ice Super, and Ice Super is a fantastic backbone. To my mind, it doesn't really have any sort of smell to it as such. It's quite dry and boring. But Ice Super can move between so many different fragrances and really is the backbone of modern perfumery. Ice Super, Hedione, and the beautiful musk. The date note, or as one would call it, a date note, is really high up. This is utilising some of my most favourite raw materials actually. This is so surprising. This is how I wanted the Angel's Share to smell of. But whereas Angel's Share smelled incredibly synthetic with virtually no naturals in, this smells really well crafted. This is on a different level to that. This is utilizing coumarin and another coumarin, and that is heavier and denser, and there are subtle similarities to it. Coumarin with the group on it is quite lactonic, so it gives a milky sort of creamy quality, whereas coumarin can be quite dry, and using them together can mean that you can make things legal and safe, because some people are very allergic to coumarin, so you really want to watch the levels of coumarin, and so using coumarin with different functional groups on means that you can make your fragrance safe and increase that sort of lactonic quality. Coumarin smells of, it's just beautiful. It smells of sort of a bit hay-like, tonka beany, vanilla-y. It's just beautiful in gourmands. I'm so surprised, absolutely really gobsmacked at this actually, because it smells so up to date and it smells so different and it smells like a new direction for Dior, and I'm so pleased that Dior is doing something different and unique. Very exciting. This has got Ice Super, Hedione, ambroxan and some oak moss raw materials, and the Evanirol, which is the oak moss raw material, can give that real greenness to a tobacco feel that you want. There's loads of different ways to make a tobacco note, but you absolutely need some wood molecules, you need some fruit molecules, and you need some sort of tonka beany raw materials. Them sort of combined is the direction you go for a tobacco note. Very stable. I would say some floral compounds, which is so important when you're creating these sort of natural smelling things, to have the right amount of animal notes, the right amount of sweet notes, the right amount of floral notes, all combined together create a finished fragrance. This is not musk heavy at all, and they are getting around using musk with using the Evanirol and ambroxan, and vanillin, and all those are very, very heavy at room temperature, they're solid, and they change the viscosity, so that helps to act as a binder onto the skin, which is very interesting. I love this, it's got eugenol in as well. So this I would summarize as sweet, oriental, gourmand, with very strong tobacco and fruit facets to it. It has a raw material that I'm dealing with loads at the moment. Actually, it's the raw material I'm quite excited about. It's called Cyprol. It's my new exciting raw material. It's very expensive, but it gives this feel. You can really detect it. This sort of Cyprol, it's called lots of different names. Very nice. There's a lightness to it as well, which is coming through. On to my final thoughts. I'm changing the structure slightly of how I mark these, and as I go through the notes, you'll understand why. This is a request from you, my friends. So the first 2 marks are for technical ability, whether this complies with all the paperwork. Very important. That means it would have all its safety aspects to it. It's had all the testing that you need to make it safe. The second 2 marks are for the dry down, and that's all the technical stuff as well, because when you build a fragrance, you have to think in advance about the dry down and the movement behind it and how it performs in the skin. This is really good. I did get about 2 hours of lovely projection, and then dry down to very heavy, dense oriental skin scent, which is what I really love actually. So personally, I'd prefer to have something long lasting and less projecting, but that is on me. That's what I enjoy the most. You get better performance on it. And this absolutely gets a 2. It was just, for me, just stayed on the skin for such a long period of time. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Next 2 marks are for the price. This is absolutely worth the price. It contains some explosive ambery molecules which help to project this potentially dense raw material out, and those raw materials are high-tech raw materials and they're very expensive. So this, even though it sounds simplistic, is utilizing some of my most favorite raw materials. Of all the Dior I've ever smelled, this smells similar to my work actually. Last 4 marks of whether I like it. I love this. I think it is just delightful and particularly beautiful actually. I would personally love the projection to be slightly more, because it does dry down on me to a skin scent. And so personally, I would love the projection to be slightly more out here. And then I would be very, very happy. Just because of that, I'm going to mark it a 9 out of 10. I think this is gorgeous. I think the notes are really well chosen. And what I love very, very much is that to me, it smells like a new era for Dior. It smells like a really up-to-date version. It smells exciting, new. It smells like a really breath of fresh air. It really is getting away from sort of Dior, which for me smells like it's just been the same for such a long period of time, and this smells like they're going into a new direction, and it's very exciting. It's utilizing raw materials. I love the ethyl maltol whipping right through the whole compound. This is a sweet, vanilla-y, tobacco-y, fruit facet monster of a fragrance. And I will thoroughly recommend it to you, my friends. So I hope you love that review. Thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating, interesting content. Lots of moving hands and lots of fragrance reviews. Hope you're staying safe and well, and I'll see you soon.